So, in a real situation, okay, see, suppose we are really making a very large number of ICs. Okay, we have, let us say, a production line where we are making a very large number of ICs. The thing is, each measurement, as you can imagine, will require a lot of time. Okay. They try to automate things. There are robotic arms which can place the IC in the socket. In the tester socket. Okay. And the AT can apply the signals and make measurements. Okay. So, there are two aspects, the signal generators So, in our case it could be a sinusoidal waveform or a audio waveform or a square waveform, okay, etc., triangular. So, this tester will support generation of these waveforms. Just like when we were doing LT spice, we could say that the input is a sinusoidal waveform. We could adjust its frequency, we could adjust its amplitude. In the same way, the tester will allow you to adjust these things. In addition to that, there are measurements that you may want to take. Such as the amplitude of output, frequency of the output, harmonic distortion, etc. So, the test engineer's role is to configure the instruments. So, this is done using a test program, which is typically written in maybe C++ or other languages. So, C++ is often the language that is supported by many test equipment. So, if you are a test engineer, you may have to learn C++. I think C hash is also possibly popular. And you will collect lot of data, lots of data gets collected. Because you may have to repeatedly do this for a large number of ICs. Okay. The question is, if it is going to do all of this, right, place the IC in the socket, then apply signals, make the measurements, and the amount of data that you have to collect, okay, will be huge because there are millions of these ICs. that data may help you in coming up with certain conclusions. Okay, you may have a big database. Okay, so each IC will typically have an ID. And maybe you can find out the date on which it is being tested, the time at which it is being tested, which tester is being used to test it, then who is the operator who did the testing, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, what was the measured values, input values, output values. So, this is a very big database, and there may be many entries here because there are many chips that we are testing. See, if you are doing what is called as validation testing, then you do it only for some samples. So, you would have got some samples from the factory, and you will do it for those samples, and you may record whether it is from a specific, which factory is it from, which wafer it is from, which lot it is from. See, wafers are made in lots. Okay, so a lot may consist of, let us say, 20 wafers or something like that. So all that information is there, and you may select from different fabs and from different lots and from different wafers and from different areas of the wafer. See, in the same wafer, chips made in this area may differ from chips made in a different area. So, try to sample in a uniform way, right. So, you can imagine how long it takes to tabulate all this, right, and then observe to see whether there is anything that, any conclusions we can draw. So, that is not easy for a human eye to sort of catch. Okay. So, this data base may be very vast. So, if you want to come to conclusions that chips which are made from a specific fab are inferior, or in a specific date that particular lot produce inferior quality chips. See, those are not easy for the human eye to spot. So, therefore, they will use things like data science. So, you may use statistical analysis, you may use uh, programs like pandas or R. So, one of these is used to load the data and come to certain conclusions. Whether we can do this kind of a measurement for every IC that we manufacture, it is very hard. Okay. So, most likely it will be on a sample, right, and from the sample we may be able to draw some conclusions, and we may be able to make adjustments in the manufacturing process in order to improve the yields. If there are mistakes that are happening, a lot of chips coming from a specific fab are getting rejected, then some corrective action will have to be done. So, that is what is the value of testing.